Hi everyone, Jeremy, Red Beans Recording. I was supposed to play Modular Mondays in VR chat later this month. I still am, but I originally planned on doing like a horror-themed mid-temp, sort of like Res style set. That sounded really fun. I was going to do it on the Digitact and the Digitone. And I started doing it and it just did not feel good. So I pivoted to something else, but I still want to make something spooky for Halloween. I bought all these horror-themed samples, I want to do something with them. So I thought, why not build a generative self-playing horror thing in Ableton and then put it up online if people want to grab it. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to make something in Ableton that constantly shifts around to make a spooky soundscape that if you wanted to, if you were a nerd like me, you could put on like a laptop and pipe in some speakers and, play into your front porch if you have one of those for trick-or-treating. I'll put it up on Patreon for free for patrons and also for purchase if you want to grab it. All right, let's get spooky. All right, so I got this blind audio nightmare fuel horror and sci-fi. Let's look in drones, and we'll probably layer some drones. So what I'm going to do is grab a sampler. And I'm going to go open up zone, and I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to start dragging these in that I like the ones that I think sound cool. Okay, cool. So we've got a bunch of drones. I'm going to go over to select here and right click on everything here and say distribute ranges equally. Now we have a little range selector like this, which means depending on where the range selector is, it'll play a different drone. Let's go ahead and shape our sound a little bit. I want it to be like long coming in and out. So we'll go to filter global, find our volume envelope right here. We want some attack and some release. We really want it to kind of like be very soft when it comes in. And we're probably gonna like choose different notes for this. I don't think the main note for this is really like low enough. I want this to go further down because I think this is where they normally are. I want it like down here. Let's go ahead and slow down our tempo to 60 and we will work within this 32 bar section. So I'll just go ahead and make a MIDI clip and then I will figure out that note I was playing all the way down at C1. And I'll go ahead and figure out how long I want this drone to play for. I want it to feel like it fades in and fades out kind of with the same amount of time. And so that feels just about right. We'll go ahead and put one of these every 2 bars. And I'm going to go ahead and switch the notes around to be semitones away from each other. And what that's going to do is give us some nice dissonances, kind of eschewing all harmonic coherency here in favor of tension. Since these notes are right next to each other, they're going to feel very dissonant with each other. So now what we want to do is come in here and we're going to go to our modulation section, use LFO2, turn it to random, make sure that we're on 0 here. And we're going to go to time and change this to, I guess, 8 beats. That's 2 bars, right? Retrig on. And then we're going to go to here and go to sample selector. It's the first one. And turn this up. And now, every time we hit one of our drones, it plays one of these samples randomly. Next thing I want to do is I want to go to filter global and I want to turn our filter down. Hear how like deep and foreboding that is? We do want that sometimes, that nice, like just dark, deep foreboding feeling. I'm going to go ahead and go to modulation, LFO1, and then go to filter, 24, I guess. That's an odd amount. I guess it's measured in semitones. That's strange. And then we will make this sinusoidal. Retrig off. You want this to free flow. Yeah, that's nice and creepy. You get that like foreboding horror, something's going to happen feeling. And let's go ahead and compress this a bit so that it stays in a particular range of volume. Let's pull that down. It's okay to see a little compression. We'll check back on this to make sure that it's not overly compressed. That sounds pretty good. We can turn our master down a little bit, or better yet, let's turn our out right here down a little bit to -3. So we'd have a little bit of headroom there. And I'm actually going to turn the filter amount down a little bit and turn the filter up a little bit. There we go. That's great. And turn our out down to maybe -6. So this technique is the basics for what we're going to be doing. We might do it in some other ways. I'll show you the other way that I'm planning on doing it. Other great samples that I have are these samples from the Apprehension Engine. And I did a video about this. Go on my channel, search for Apprehension Engine. Didn't do very well. And I'd love for it to become more of a viewed thing, mostly just because I think it's really interesting. These notes and stuff all came from the Apprehension Engine. So if you're like, what is that? Well, I have a video on it. You can go check it out. I really like these mallet groans. They kind of sound like an animal of some kind. I'm actually just going to go ahead and take the same notes, put them here. We'll probably arrange those, but for right now, that's fine. Let's go ahead and grab a drum rack this time. And let's go into here and grab all of these and stick them in a drum rack like that. And then we're going to grab MIDI effects, random, stick it here. And we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 choices. I think that's actually, we put 15 here. And then chance 100%. We want to put all of these on the same note because the random is picking our note. So you can hear that they're picking different ones of these. That's great. I like that quite a bit. We might slow down our tempo at the end, but I actually kind of like how often these are happening. What I do want to do, though, is I want to click this little button right here and go to chance. And I want to open this up, and I want to turn down the chance that these will happen. We do not need these to happen all the time. And I'm going to do the same thing to our drones here, but I'm going to make them like 75% chance because these are more important than the other ones. Now, you could, of course, pick one of these and change it to like 50 if you want. You know, you can do whatever you want here to carve out space via probability, which is generally what I like to do with generative ambient is carve out space with probability and other things. Let's give our drum rack here a bit of effects. I think we want some reverb and some echo. So I'll grab the hybrid reverb. That's good. And just a little bit of echo. That's great. Okay, cool. So for our third one here, all right, let's try something. Grab a sampler again, throw all of these in here. They're all at 100 BPM. We're currently at 60 BPM, so we will slow them all down. Sounds pretty cool. But let's go ahead and slow them all down. That's great. Yeah, this is going to work. So same thing as we did before. Select, distribute ranges equally, and then we will go to our modulation, LFO2, timed, 8 bars, sample and hold, sample selector, 50%. I think I want to adjust the timing of this and the envelope. So I'm not going to have this play the whole time like that. So filter global, want to make sure that this is long. I think I'm going to give us some attack on this as well, so it kind of fades in. I don't like that one. Which one is that? I guess let's go through here and get rid of the ones we don't like. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete all these again, and I'll pull them in one by one. Grab our hybrid reverb and echo from this one and stick it on our rhythms. I'm loving this. This is great. All right, cool. Fantastic. Nah. I like all these, so we're going to go ahead and repeat this process. And we got rid of all of the stuff in it, and we'll just go ahead and grab all of these, stick them in here, select, distribute ranges equally. And let's put these here, like in this little space right here. So that would be on bar 4. Oop, I need more decay on that. So far, so good. If I hear something I don't like there, I will adjust it in a bit. I have two more packs that I want to mess with. I have Halloween voices. Let's see. Do we have whispering in here? Curses and spells. Ooh.
A pinch of salt, a dash of bone.
That's
cackling flames, whispering wind. Your soul shall...
That is the least scary thing I've ever fucking heard in my entire life.
This house has many secrets.
Uh-huh. That sounds like he gives good head.
I am bound to this place. And now, so
I don't know. It just sounds kind of hot. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Duplicate our textures here. Go into our samples, or excuse me, our zones. Get rid of all this. Put in all of these. See a pattern here? Really, it's just this sampler thing that's going to work for us this time around. I'm thinking probably in this little space here. Let's put one every once in a while. So that is bar 6, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and go to our MIDI effects and go to random. Put this on here. And then just choices, I'll say 3 and chance 50%. So this will just pick one of 3 notes, either our tonic note, which in this case we're triggering C, or it'll play a B natural or a C sharp, all of which are kind of dissonant with each other. That's good. Yeah. Next up, what else can we put in here? Laughter. Yeah. So duplicate whispers. We'll put laughter on these ones here. I think maybe we'll put them right after our whisper. So it's like the whisper and then the laughter. Holy shit, y'all. This is good. I'm loving this. Oh, that's good. Maybe we'll use some of these phrases. We'll put these right there, like that. And maybe we'll just do 2 of them. Love it. I'm going to turn our chance up to 100% with this and the laughter and the whispers. I do want some like jump scare sounds. So what we're going to do is duplicate this one, like stuff that just like pops in and is really creepy. Okay, I'm going to use these impacts here from this Blind Audio Heavy Cinematics thing. And we're going to put one after our, I think after our laughter to give like a jump scare like moment. So we'll put that here on bar 8. That's good. That's good. Let's try this one. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. I started feeding the Stellars jays in my backyard with peanuts every morning. They're very wary of me, which is understandable. They're smart birds, and they don't necessarily, trust human beings. But what's funny is I've got to my right here, I've got like this part of my roof. They've started to come up on the roof to check me out. They're like, they know I'm in here, and they like pop over here and stare at me. I think they're like, maybe he'll give us more peanuts if he sees us again. They're super funny critters. Okay, so last but not least, creatures. And we don't need a hybrid reverb here. I've got this really great samples collection here called Beasts, which again, kind of horny, depending on what you're into. All the monster fuckers in the chat know what I'm talking about. Oh, that's good. Holy shit. Okay, let's get rid of a bunch of these. We'll just use the short ones. Let's put them right after the impacts. The critters are very like kind of big, so they'll feel good after we have the impacts kind of bloom into this like spooky big sound. That's good. A couple more things I want to do. One, I want to go and find a heartbeat sound. It's a weird heartbeat. That's good. So we'll just put this whole thing here. Oh, it's almost the right length. So I'll go to warp, complex, go to end 33, and then just drag this final friend right there. Great. So now we have this heartbeat. So what I'm going to do is turn that down a bit, and I'm going to go to audio effects, auto pan, and turn the amount up, turn the rate all the way down, turn the phase all the way down. And now this will just fade in and out. Okay, great. Last thing I want to do is I want to go to my tempo here, show automation. And what I'm going to do, change the range here. I'll do 65 at the top and 30 at the bottom. And I'm going to take this over time and just kind of futz it around a bit, which is going to desynchronize our rhythm things, those rhythmic things that we have come in now and then. But it's also going to create a more dynamic, weird feeling from things as stuff just kind of like pushes and pulls against itself rhythmically. Putting an auto pan on our critter so that it kind of swirls around our head. But I think we're good here. I think this is a good example of what I was trying to get. Creepy collage of sounds, all samples, using a sampler to pick different zones with a random LFO, and then using some chants to tell whether or not those events come in. I love it. Okay, so now that I'm done with this, what I'm going to do is two things. One, I'm going to collect all and save, and I'll make this available to patrons. Two is I'm going to take this and make an hour-long version of it. I'm going to make sure that all these clips are looped and just pull them out until I hit an hour. Then I'll export this and I will make it available for free on my Patreon. So yeah, if you're interested in supporting me over there, that'd be great. Otherwise, you can just go over there and grab this. Patrons will get the actual Ableton session. I'm not going to make it available for sale, like I said earlier, because as you saw what I was doing here, using a lot of commercially available sample CDs, I personally do not have the rights to distribute their sounds in that manner. I don't want to just make it, something that people buy and then I'm basically reselling other people's work. If you like the video, give it a like, subscribe if you want. I'm just happy to have you here. My name is Jeremy. This is Red Means Recording, and I hope you have a very spooky day.